Elon Musk sparked surprise yesterday on X when he posted that the team behind the IRS's free direct file program has been, quote, deleted. You still have over 2 months before the April 15th tax filing deadline. And depending upon your tax situation, it can be completed and complicated and even costly to file your taxes each year. Here to break down why, we've got Yahoo Finance's very own Janna Herron. Janna, what's going on here? Can you break this down for us?
Sure, Brad. Maybe a good way to illustrate how complex our tax system is by comparing us to other people in other countries. So one guy from Sweden I talked to gets a pre-populated tax return, and he can accept that return by mail, app, calling a phone number, or even texting. Another guy in the UK doesn't have to file a tax return on the income from his employer because his paycheck tax withholdings are so precise. Obviously, that is not how it is here, and there's a couple reasons for that. So one of those big reasons is our withholdings from our paycheck are not as precise as they could be. And that is because we have the married filing jointly status. In other countries, everyone is an individual status. And so, if you have a married couple, both the wife and the husband have their own taxes. We have a joint unit, so it makes it really harder to get those withholdings correct. We also legislate a lot of social policy through our tax system. So we get all of these tax deductions and credits that in other countries may not have because they have actual social programs for it. Healthcare is a good example. We have credits and deductions, whereas other countries have a universal healthcare system. And then we have all those lobbying groups that love those certain credits and deductions. The housing industry loves the mortgage interest deduction, so they work hard and spend a lot of money to keep it in our tax code. And of course, the tax prep companies love the complexity of the system because we need to turn to them to do our taxes.
So, Janet, can the U.S. tax process be simplified?
Oh, yes, it can. But it's slow going. And there's been, a lot of proposals over the years to do that. But let me tell you about two things. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act in 2017 under the first Trump administration. So that doubled the standard deduction and it curbed several itemized deductions. So and that dramatically reduced the number of taxpayers who would choose to itemize their taxes. And not itemizing actually is simplifying taxes for those people. And then we also have, as you mentioned earlier, the IRS has the direct file program, which debuted last year and lets you submit a return straight to Uncle Sam at no cost. And now it's actually expanded, and it can automatically import some of your W-2 information directly from the IRS and it process more returns that have some, different claims and tax credits than the ones from last year. But it's still like a far cry from what other countries do, which is, you get a pre-populated tax return. And the simplest process out there would be to have the IRS calculate exactly how much we owe or how much we are owed. And to do that, we require some legislative changes. So we're far away from that.
Janna, thanks so much for taking the time here with us today.
Great, thanks.
Certainly.